What's up, Park Hoppin? It's Odin back again with another video, and today we've got some pretty crazy news coming out of California. Universal Studios Hollywood, apparently in conjunction with and following the new guidelines, especially for the state of California, are going to be allowing for out-of-state visitors finally to come to their parks. However, there's a pretty big catch and caveat. You have to be fully vaccinated, and you have to be able to offer proof of said vaccination of COVID-19. Yes, this is the world we're living in now, where you can't even go to a theme park in just one specific state, where many other theme parks, even owned by a lot of the same companies, for some reason aren't allowing it. But of course, it all comes down to statewide politics, which of course is the reason why lots of people are leaving California, and lots of other states that are a little bit more free, like Florida and Texas, are growing exponentially. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this story from attractionsmagazine.com. As it says here, the theme park industry is inching ever closer to some kind of, quote, normal, as Universal Studios Hollywood is now welcoming out-of-state guests to visit the park. But there is a catch or two. Well, that's kind of putting it lightly to say that it's a catch that you have to receive a vaccination in order to actually go to one of the parks. And I'm sure that even if you are allowed to go to one of those parks from being out of state and also having been vaccinated, you probably still will have to wear a mask and social distance, because that is the clown world that we live in today. It goes on to say, thanks to new government guidelines, that's one word for it. Thank you, government overlords, for allowing us to go to our theme parks, but we have to be forced to get a little jab before we can actually go and have fun, right? Get out of our houses, be able to experience the sunshine, bring our kids, right? Be able to just try and have some sense of escapism. No. We have to go through the government policy in order for us to be able to do that. And I understand, right? No one's being forced to do it in this instance, but let's just be honest here. If they're going to be able to do it for things like theme parks, it's not going to be long, and we've already heard propositions of this in other industries of them saying that you won't be able to go to certain key events or potentially even travel via flight or train or things like that, unless you have received these vaccinations. It goes on to say here, thanks to the new government guidelines related to the pandemic, out-of-state visitors who are fully vaccinated for COVID-19 can now visit the park. Proof of the completed vaccination and a photo ID must be presented at the front gate ticket booths prior to purchase. Can I have your papers, please? Can I please check your papers? That's all I can really think about when it comes to news like this. Another catch, there's no exception. There's no exception for children under the age of 16, as they are not eligible to be vaccinated just yet. Interesting. As a result, only fully vaccinated out-of-state guests over the age of 16 can visit the park. Which makes me think, who's actually going to do this? Who's actually going to take advantage of this? Who honestly needs to go to Universal Hollywood so badly that they will go by themselves, essentially, or other friends who are over the age of 16 who don't have kids or don't have anyone else in their life they have to take care of, and also who have had access to the vaccine, which is still not yet available for all people. And also, again, there's a lot of things that can be said about said jab as well, which will be saved for another channel. It goes on to say, acceptable forms of proof of vaccination include the original vaccination card or a digital photo of a vaccination card that includes the name of the person who is vaccinated, type of vaccine received, and the date of the last dose that was administered, or documentation of vaccination from a healthcare provider. Each case will require showing that at least 2 weeks have passed since the guest's second dose in 2-dose series, Pfizer or Moderna, or since the receipt of the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Oh man, the times that we live in. At this time, tickets for out-of-state guests are only available for purchase at the front gate of Universal Studios and not online, so availability is subjective. So yeah, basically, you have to show up with your papers. Make sure you bring your papers, everyone. Bring your papers, and then maybe you'll be allowed into the park. God forbid, maybe your day off from that 2-week period from receiving your second dose of a vaccine. Okay, sorry, you traveled all this way. Goodbye. Enjoy all of the other things still shut down in our state. Hey, we'll fully reopen maybe in July. Again, this is the clown world that we are living in today. And the article ends saying, Universal Studios Hollywood is the first park to come out and say that out-of-state guests are welcome thought the new guidelines set by the state's California blueprint for a safer economy allow for this change at other theme parks in the state as well. It could likely just be a matter of time before Disneyland Resort, Knott's Berry Farm, and more follow suit. Yes, more theme parks saying, please show us your papers if you're out of state, and then you can come. Again, that's just ridiculous. And also, this begs the question, does this mean that if you're in state, that you then don't have to be vaccinated? Again, this seems like actually this could probably be a court case brought against these theme parks if they do this, or the state of California, because essentially you're treating people as second-class citizens if they are not members of the state or if they are visiting the state. I don't know. I don't know much about how the law would apply here or what these specifications are, but it seems based on this article and based on the wording here that this is something specific to out-of-state guests having to prove again their vaccination. Man, oh man, this is honestly crazy times to live in. So basically, this comes across to me as if you honestly want to go to a theme park and you honestly want to be able to have a good time and enjoy yourself, you probably don't want to go to California in general. And there's plenty of other theme parks outside of California you can go to that probably will not be asking you to go through this process just to be able to go inside the park. Again, this treatment of people as second-class citizens for whether they're vaccinated or not is really ridiculous, and it's kind of scary because obviously we could think about how this could eventually apply to other industries, and we know that they already have begun to apply to other industries. But what are your thoughts about this news? Were you planning to go to Universal Studios Hollywood if you were not in the state of California? And if so, are you willing to go through this process and bring your papers in order to go? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, smash that like button. It really does mean a lot. Thank you all very much for supporting Park Hoppin'. You guys are the best. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.